Yours, Mine, and Mine. An episode so trash that it's practically a rite of passage for fans to hate it. I honestly wasn't gonna make a video on this episode, but after rewatching it now that I'm older, I've never hated Patrick so much before. Yours, Mine, and Mine is the Lil Pump of SpongeBob episodes. It all starts at the Krusty Krab, where Patrick orders a Krusty Kids meal, but he's broke. Dude was literally trying to pay with a thumbtack, a paperclip, belly button lint, and whatever this is. So SpongeBob, thinking he's Mr. Beast or something, just ends up paying for it and tells Patrick that they'll share it. But bro just grabs SpongeBob's wallet out of his pocket and pays for it.
You see, sharing is the most wonderful...
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this part, I wasn't even that mad about it. I actually thought it was kind of funny in that SpongeBob way of doing something you're not supposed to do, but this is just the start of one of the worst episodes on the show. Once Patrick gets his meal, he eats the entire Krabby Patty, leaving SpongeBob, Krabby Pattyless, if that's even a word. The point is, Patrick ate bro's meal even though they were sharing it, and then he has the nerve to get mad and demand a refund because the meal came with no toy. The meal that he didn't even pay for. The moment Mr. Krabs hears someone wants their money back, he enters and slaps together a toy from a Krabby Patty and some kitchen junk, and boom, we got Patty Pal. SpongeBob loves this abomination. I mean, this is literally his kink. Look at this guy. But Patrick, being the jerk he is in this episode for some reason, says that it's actually their toy and even tries to use SpongeBob's own words against him.
Remember, sharing is the most wonderful feeling in the world.
This really pisses me off. But anyways, the rest of the day, Patrick basically claims the toy for himself. And by the end of the day, he tells SpongeBob that maybe tomorrow he'll let him use it. Like, bro, what do you mean maybe tomorrow? He won't even let SpongeBob touch it. Anyways, the next day, SpongeBob tries everything to get his turn with the toy. At first, Patrick wouldn't even leave the house, so SpongeBob had to trick him, and once he finally did, he once again had the nerve to tell SpongeBob that it's not fair that he wants to see the toy, and that he's not even willing to let SpongeBob use it for even a second. This was SpongeBob's final breaking point, and bro was ready to throw hands. So they literally start fighting through Squidward's house and Sandy's tree dome, only to roll back to the Krusty Krab. Now Patrick, in a last-ditch move of ultimate pettiness, eats Patty Pal, saying that if he can't have him, nobody will. Let's just remember that up to this point, SpongeBob has not played with this toy for not even 5 seconds. They should have hired new writers for this episode, because there's no way. But anyways, Mr. Krabs comes out and surprise. Turns out bro has been making these toys and they've been selling like hotcakes, so he offers them a deal. He's like, yo, you can just buy one of my toys and now you can both have them. And Patrick, in a move that's just peak scumbag, wipes SpongeBob's wallet to pay for both toys. And then the episode ends with Patrick lecturing SpongeBob on sharing, despite learning absolutely nothing himself. Literally, it's just a masterclass in how to not teach morals, and the episode just, I don't know, it left me feeling like I just wasted my time. First off, let's talk about Patrick's character. He starts off by pretending to understand the concept of sharing, but as soon as the toy is in his hands, he morphs into this greedy, inconsiderate friend. He insists that sharing is fun, yet bro clings onto Patty Pal like it's his lifeline, refusing to give SpongeBob a fair turn. The hypocrisy behavior is not only frustrating for me to watch as a viewer, but it's just completely out of line for someone who's supposed to be SpongeBob's best friend. Then there's the inconsistency of Patrick flip-flopping his stance regarding sharing it, just making it painfully obvious that his version of sharing is just taking whatever he wants. And the inconsistency just gets on my nerves because Patrick looks like a character with no moral compass when he's usually a lovable, goofy guy. The plot itself has no logic and is just frustrating the entire time. SpongeBob, who paid for the toy, is treated unfairly throughout the whole episode, despite being the rightful owner of Patty Pal. He spends the entire episode trying to convince Patrick to share something that he bought in the first place. This role reverse where SpongeBob is one being punished while the irresponsible one gets away with everything is just...
Hand it over, Patrick. I get to play with the Patty Pal today.
You can't take it! It's not fair!
The whole story progression just feels like a series of unfortunate events designed to keep SpongeBob suffering for the sake of a few cheap laughs. Now, when we talk about morals, this episode is a train wreck in that department. Instead of teaching kids that sharing is important and rewarding, it literally just promotes selfishness and the refusal to share. Patrick's actions are never truly commended, and the episode just fails to show that that behavior is wrong. Like, rewatching it, I was sure that there was gonna be like some kind of big payoff at the end, but no, bro just takes his wallet for some cheap jokes again, and it's just weird, especially to like the young viewers who look up to these characters. It implies that being selfish and spoiled is acceptable. Like, the only thing you can learn off of this episode is like, I don't know, don't let people take advantage of you, something like, I really don't know what this episode has to offer. When it comes to comedy and execution, the episode falls flat completely. The attempts at being funny are just completely forced and often fall into the realm of like just being cringe.
Krabby Kitty meal. Is it really, really, really cute?
Patrick's antics aren't even funny, he's just being mean. The dynamic between SpongeBob and Patrick, usually the highlight of the show, is just like, it's poorly handled here. Instead of showcasing their friendship, the episode just shows a toxic relationship where one friend takes advantage of the other. And again, I know I keep mentioning this, but at the end it's just the final nail in the coffin. Patrick borrows SpongeBob's wallet to replace the toys. Like, I don't know, like, it's just, the unresolved tension and unfair conclusion just left me feeling unsatisfied and very annoyed. To truly understand why Yours, Mine, and Mine misses the mark, let's compare it to other episodes that have successfully handled similar themes. Because there are numerous of episodes that have explored friendship, sharing, lessons, and they're actually funny. Like in Chocolate with Nuts, SpongeBob and Patrick team up to sell chocolate bars. This episode brilliantly shows the value of hard work and cooperation.
An item, something you would pay for.
A chocolate bar?
That's a great idea, Pat.
When Patrick's enthusiasm for selling chocolate leads to hilarious yet genuine efforts to support SpongeBob, it actually highlights their friendship and mutual support. The humor is sharp, the characters remain true to themselves,
So, how long have you two ladies known each other?
and the moral lesson is clear without being too direct. Have You Seen the Snail is another episode example where SpongeBob learns the importance of caring for his pet. The episode not only features emotional depth, but it's actually genuine character development. For example, SpongeBob's tireless search for Gary after realizing that, he neglected him actually demonstrates responsibility and love. The balance of humor and heartfelt moments also just provide like this clear message about responsibility and love, you know what I'm saying? But like, in contrast with Yours, Mine, and Mine, Patrick just portrays as being selfish, hypocritical, and like, again, there's just no real consequences. Unlike Chocolate with Nuts and Have You Seen the Snail, this episode just leaves me feeling super frustrated and just a negative portrayal of sharing and friendship. So yeah, after rewatching it now, I can 100% say that the internet has never been so right about something. But here's the thing, Yours, Mine, and Mine is just like a small reminder that even the most beloved shows can stumble sometimes. This episode, with its poor plot, its poor character behavior, twisted moral lessons, it really does stand out in this otherwise like really good lineup of SpongeBob episodes.